the 7.62 rounds. They're gonna have the 5.56. They're gonna have the grenade launchers. They're gonna have the tear gas. They're gonna have the CS. They're gonna have the Barrett 50 cals. Like you're not going against this. There is no fighting this.
You can try, but it's futile.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I even look at the building I live in. It might be a couple of hundred, maybe even up to 1,000 people or families that live in this building. And I say probably besides me, I would estimate maybe another 6 to 7 people max in this building might be armed as well as I'm armed. If the police department roll into this building...
Pick me, sir.
Oh, of course.
Pick me real quick.
I'll pick you.
Armed as you are armed or armed? Your arm is totally different.
That doesn't say armed as I am armed. Armed is probably way more than an armed.
Oh, I mean,
but armed to the level I'm armed. I say armed to the level that I'm armed because I could reasonably match force for most.
One more question, sir.
Go ahead.
What about training?
I'm not even gonna factor that in.
It's hard to hit a target when the target's moving.
But here's the thing.
That is true. I will.
You can't stop the SEAL.
I will.
If a SEALs team is sent, the SEALs team is sent to an average house. If a SEAL team is sent to an average house,
there's no such thing as a house if they send
there's no chance.
But that's my point. Like I'm easily gonna be I'm easily gonna be outgunned and outmatched. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're in your house. They know you.
Yeah.
If they want you, they could just level it.
Yeah.
Wait, first of all, if a SEAL team sent here, not specifically here, but in this building, Corey has a chance. Period.
I got a chance to get the fuck out.
To get out.
Yeah, you got a chance.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He said house.
Yeah.
Basically, what you saying, house, and their skill set and his skill set, he can get out.
But if they have, if you don't get out the country, there'll be another SEAL team.
Yeah, but you know what? That goes back.
We're talking about exceptions too, so let's not even talk about. We're talking about for the average Joe Constitution thumper.
But no, I mean you already said it though. Like if that was a real situation, a SEAL team wouldn't come here. They'll level this building. This building would be
because at that point they have all the allowances they need.
A done city block. But I mean, my point is in general though, like with all that being said, like if the government was to run in here, like. I'm not winning by myself because everybody in here isn't trained. So my best bet is to get out, and everybody else is done. And you know what? Let's loop that all the way back. If I run up in here and I'm trying to defend myself against them, or they say I'm an active shooter or something, I could be plumb crazy. Guess what? They're not going to say that I had a mental illness.
Yep.
So none of this in the end matters. Like. They would probably already know I live here, so it behooves me to get out because they would probably come for me first otherwise. Because then they know they ain't got to worry about nobody else.
Bringing a fresh number 2 pencil to a gunfight doesn't make you better prepared.
No.
Whether you're legislatively allowed to do so or not. So let's have a real conversation about the role that guns play in this society.
A big role.
And I'm not one of those people that think that they should be eliminated.
No,
but I do think that a real conversation about the necessity and the availability of certain weapons, that needs to be discussed.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? I'll start with exactly what we started with. Like, there's been a big push for the longest to make sure that people are evaluated for mental issues before they own a weapon. I'm all for that.
Extensive screen.
Yeah, if you want to extensively screen me to make sure that I'm not crazy before you give me a 30-round magazine on an assault rifle where I can run into a building and take out 30 plus people with it, by all means, I think you should psychologically evaluate me before you give me something like that.
And I think especially in the case where PTSD might be a viable, analysis.
Yeah.
Like if this person is genuinely going through some real trauma.
But you know what though? On top of that though, I have to caveat that at least for the military's sake, because most of the people that are shooting stuff up in this day and age aren't people with PTSD. People with PTSD are known to kill 1 or 2 people, and unfortunately, this is very unfortunate, it's usually their own family members, like their wives and kids, and that is terrible.
But that harkens back to what you said, that PTSD was not initially a military term.
Exactly.
So PTSD in general still it should be applied more broadly.
Because it was, honestly, and that's why I feel like it's been taken away from, because PTSD was one of those terms.
Military.
Yeah, it was originated for people that had went through stuff like rape and and childhood trauma.
The acronym is post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not post-military experience.
That's not what it is.
Y'all want to hear something crazy? I never, even if I heard it, I never listened. I don't think I ever heard the word military until I was like 26.
Well, you don't hear military at all.
That's not what it was for at all.
I'm just saying, that was back in the early 2000s. I didn't know what the fuck the Navy SEALs was and Delta Force.
Well, that's because now it's about marketing.
First of all, no disrespect, I respect all y'all motherfuckers. Y'all give me hype before I watch it. Go to the gym because I watch videos. All right.
Well, Trey, now it's because I think there's been a fair amount of marketing put behind us knowing.
It's called the government.
Everybody, right? Yeah, it's like the government has become the biggest marketing firm in the world because maybe they're short on numbers. Maybe it's about. It also is about garnering support any foreign engagements.
Yeah.
And you have to. The wars are fought on the ground and through the media. And if you're winning on the ground but on the media, you're looked at as a loser regardless. Yeah. I think that's what the country learned from the Vietnam War. We overwhelmingly lost in the newspapers in the news.
You know what my perspective is when it comes to the media, whether it's left or right. I'm not trying to pick or choose, but if you ain't lived it, I ain't saying you got to go out and shoot people. You shouldn't talk about it.
But it's their job also to...
No, but go out there and live it. Get your hands dirty.
But there are some that were, like, in Vietnam, especially Vietnam, there were some that were on the ground.
No, I'm talking about 2018.
There's some that still do that. I think that what media in its purest sense is supposed to be about honest portrayal of the facts.
Although it is not anymore.
Depending on some, like there are some that do it, but like the ones that people gravitate towards are the more
but don't swayed. I'm not naming anybody, but don't be a keyboard warrior. Like, be willing to go out. Like the people that go out and stand in front of fucking hurricanes.
Could you see
and
those
get hit with stop signs, or they stand in front of like the media is out there looking at the.
Could you see the ones that passed?
Lava in Hawaii.
I think at the same time,
you see the ones that passed though.
People have to remember that.
Wait, Corey, what is this?
That's alcohol, sir.
No, is that a mixer?
No, that's a logic.
Sorry to cut you off, Rich, but Corey trying to give me.
Man, you staying here?
Yeah. Thank God I got a little big brother with a lot of space in his place that I can stay.
But I mean, man, people forget that
we drink responsibly. By the way,
the media is
somebody listening. I promise you,
the media is a mechanism of war at the same time. So I mean, if you take like the wars in Iraq for weeks and weeks on end, the media pump over and over that we're going to invade Iraq through the bay or through the coast, knowing that we were going to come across the border in Kuwait. But we did that for a specific reason. So they would push forces toward the coast so that it'd be much easier for us to come across the bay. So to come across the border. So I mean, not only do we have too many media outlets in the U.S. that are either left-leaning or right-leaning or catering to certain narratives, but at the same time, you also have at least a limited level of government influence on the media, which
should be.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's called fascism when the government influences the media, but we do see that with Fox News and CNN where there is.
Like you still see probably more government interference,
which is unfortunate.
In the media than we probably should.
And we're getting closer to fascist ideology than I like to admit. But the media itself was supposed to be the lie detector test in its purest form. And I don't know if that could work in the free market sense economically. Like if we're talking about we're a capitalistic society, can you really be 100% objective and make money in this climate. Especially whereas now we're in a 24-hour news cycle now where you can choose all the information you want at your volume the way you want. You choose your own echo chamber.
So basically,
how can a news outlet really make money when people are looking for people they're purely.
So we're in a me state.
Yes, they're just dittoing everything
like me
that you believe. Yes,
what makes me feel good. What my thoughts are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Telling me that reinforcing to myself that, hey, yeah, you're right. You're right all the time. Not everybody wants to be kept honest.
Yeah, and all your sponsors, they pay all that bullshit. No, I agree fully. I don't always agree for. I don't know. It's just weird.
So it's like we have conflicting systems, which centrally will disrupt everything, which will disrupt like unity and continuity, in society.
So let me ask you a question that I will ask myself because I don't know how to change it. I can speak my mind, but I'm gonna speak my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so fucking intellectual. You can break down. You can use
drinks talking.
Yep.
I think that we fall in love with history. Same thing like a relationship where in a relationship with a woman, or in case of women and man, or whatever, women and men, whatever, you fall in love with who the person used to be, who you think that person used to be, and hoping that person might get back around to it. I think that we've outgrown our ideology, our philosophy, and to make that next step, as a nation, there has to be grassroots changes. And I know you said, Corey, on previous episodes about how the nation is in its infancy for racism, even.
Yeah.
We're young, so we're trying to find our way through it. So there are some systems that we might have thought educationally that might make sense, but don't make sense anymore. We've outgrown it.
But that goes directly to what you're saying, though. Like, you have outgrown it. I have outgrown it. Trey have outgrown it. People within our age bracket have outgrown it. But then you got to look at the demographic and the age range of those that actually run the country.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, slowly but surely, people with similar mindsets are being integrated into government agencies and Congress and Senate and all this other stuff. But it's a very slow process. But at the same time, overwhelmingly, all the people that run the country right now are still from a time period where they have, not only have they not outgrown it, they're in their last ditch effort to defend what they believe is the right way of doing things,
or defend their comfort.
But that's what it is, and that's why it's their comfort zone, because they feel like that's the right way of doing things. That is the whole thing around Make America Great Again. Like you're talking about an America that doesn't exist anymore.
And for black people, I don't give a fuck when anybody says America. Like, what does that mean for black people? Because the time when America was great in the past was not great for black people.
Yeah, we were property.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what year you're talking about, but let me know so we can cross reference.
But I mean that's a prime example. So when you look at the demographic of the people that, and when I say demographic, I'm very specifically, I'll strip away everything from race to gender. Let's just go off age range alone.
100%.
Let's just go off age range alone.
Mm-hmm.
And what you would see is that the people that run the country, like,
they don't speak for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like honestly, I mean, people got to realize this is their last hurrah, which is why I'm not even surprised by it. And I mean, just like Rich said, that's a conversation that we've had. Like we are still infants in a lot of things, and honestly, I can't even say for lack of a better way to put it, because the reality is for the change period, people just got to die off.
We need generations to die.
That's it. People just got to die off. And that takes time. And until that happens, and unfortunately, we also live in a nation where some of that ideology is passed on to kids. I mean, Trump also has Trump Jr. So